Good morning, friends. On behalf of PIB, I welcome you all to this press conference. It is my privilege and honor to introduce the Shaji N. Karun, Director of Swapaanam, feature screened yesterday, one of the eminent filmmakers of India. He graduated in cinematography from the Film and TV Institute Pune and debuted as a cinematographer for director G. Arvindan. Shaji's first film, Peravi, 1988, won the Camera d'Or, that is Golden Award at Cannes Film Festival. Apart from 20, apart from 16 international awards from major festivals, his second film, Swaham, too was selected for the competitive section at Cannes. His third film, Van Prastham, 1999, was also selected to the official sections at Cannes. एक और चीज़ जो मैं इनके इसमें जोड़ना चाहूँगा, अभी मेरी इनसे बात हुई, ये डॉक्टर बनने की तैयारी इन्होंने की थी और 1917 में त्रिवेंद्र मेडिकल कॉलेज में इन्होंने एडमिशन लिया था. बाकायदा 1 महीने वहाँ रहे, लेकिन उसके बाद इनका मन नहीं माना और आज जहाँ ये हैं वहाँ इनके मित्र बहुत अच्छे डॉक्टर्स हैं, बट ये अपना एक मन की जो बात थी वो इन्होंने पूरी की है. तो बेसिकली नाउ I'll request you to switch off your mobiles and keep them on silent mode. The Honorable Shaji N. Karun will introduce his team member and then will make opening remarks. Mr. Shaji Karun.
Good morning. So happy to be here again as a part of the maker of a film, but generally I have come here as a kind of organizer for the International Film Festival of India, which I always take a pride moment every second for the good reason. It is one of the unique festival of the in India where we meet so many talented filmmakers and sensible and very sensitive minds, which is very, I consider them, this 10 days here makes me a different person or gives sufficient energy for me to move forward with my work every time because I make my film very rarely because I wait for what I look for. And along with this, the last film, which is, I have two of my important talents in the film. Basically, technicians, more than I say, they are the people who contribute cinema in many ways. One is my DOP, the cinematographer Shaji N, and he, please come. And then many times national award winner sounds Krishnunni. He himself was with my first film, Piravi, which he won the national award also for the sound recording there. And it's a film about a sound actually, a chenda player, drum, and then the concept. So this both sound and the visuals, to me, always like alphabets. The first letter in any Indian language you take Hindi writes differently, Malayalam writes differently, so they are visual forms of the same sound. So here also my concept was that the sound is being translated into body language, dance. So therefore it's almost similar to what is the basics of our informations, what I call the informations, basics of information. Sounds tend into visuals where our friends write it, what I speak. You hear my sound and then you conceive them in your writings in alphabetical forms, which itself is a visual interpretation. Therefore, here the two important personalities besides me. One is sound, one is cinematographer. They make when they hear the sound, and the important thing is that how to translate them into the visual forms to contribute into the cinema as a part of it. So, therefore, This particular film, Swapaanam, is a name which is not in practically not in Malayalam. It's a metaphor for me to derive a new word. Why I thought it is, the reason is, I thought any artist all over the world has something very similar. What is that? That was the idea of how you transform a society into a different level through the form of artist. That's very, very important. Then I felt here, what is the metaphor for that? I thought, let it be a lamp, a candle, which takes its own energy from its own body, and it gets lit up to the public, and then when it dies down, you take another candle still, so that's why I said, you drink yourself to give the shape of an artist. That is the metaphor for an artist. That's the name of it. Here, two artists, one male and female, as I said. Sound is being a drummer sound, the other female. To me, it is like a kind of body language. Sound is being expressed through the body language, through the female. Therefore, I felt this very important, how to conceive a chanda in that way. That's the sound of chanda. How to transform in the concept of love too. That was it's a very difficult film for me. Generally, that's why how the drum itself, making a film on drum itself is a boring film by myself. How to proceed with that subject. So I had to intricate with the songs, classical forms, and chanda is the only instrument, probably, if you look this drum, all over the world, you use only the drum to make it a symphony, 100 people putting it together. So I thought it's an interesting way of listening. How many people have really researched on to get the kind of talent went inside to get the best feel to the public. Sometimes it takes, this chanda performance takes more an overnight. That's why so many of the things were arrived classically, structurally, like dances, classical forms, like classical music. So classical music is also there. So I have to really, as a filmmaker, I don't have any capability to cut it, because I cannot use it, my own way of cutting it, because it has been arrived in a matured form, because these are the forms that was arrived many hundred years or 200 years, and it is, as a butcher, as a filmmaker, I have no right to cut it. That's why the film also tend to be a little lengthier, which itself is my decision. I know the films at the current time is not, many people wanted to make it 100 minutes, 90 minutes kind of films, which is been catering like a fast food for the audience, which is not filmmakers. The length belongs to a maker's decision, not any other way to look at it. So it has to be discussed. That's why let it be lengthy. I thought let it be a part of discussion too. It's not it's up to you. The listening a symphony, listening a song, is up to your own choice. That way, I thought I shall be a kind of a filmmaker to look at. All my earlier films were lesser than 120, 110 minutes, but this is almost 2.5 hours. And chanda for the sound record is Krishnan Unni. He says that the mic will not, it will always distort the sound. So it is very difficult. You cannot record it in one room, because when you wanted to record 100 chandas together, I think it will blast the whole idea of technology. So he has to conceive in better way to how to record, which probably he can discuss that thing, how it has been probably could able to produce that kind of rich sound by using the current technology and it was recorded in 11.1 sound, which is not available in our theatre. because why I did it 11.1 or Unni suggested to do in 11.1. The reason was uh, technology improves within 2 years. I cannot make this film there. So let the technology available there, let us make it, let it heard now. If you hear in 11.1 from different side with the different instrumentations, I think that film for me always is something like a maker is current, audience is future. Therefore, I conceive audience has to be future because many of the films, like Satyajit Ray's or Fellini, the films are being discussed only later, even after the death. So the audience is so. Therefore, the technology should be used for the audience in the future.